Night had fallen. The moon peeked through the window of the train compartment. Silas sat on the bed, his back against the wall of the car. He closed his eyes, taking in the welcome quiet. His mind flew ahead of the train, to the capital, to Raj. Years had passed since Silas last wandered the city streets with him, the first true friend Silas had ever known. Silas wondered if Raj's family would still recognize him. Or would they just see his golden eyes and make assumptions like everyone else does? Kiki sat on the bedside table, beside a lantern taller than she was. Her legs swung back and forth off the edge of the table. She'd occasionally wonder if Silas had fallen asleep. But no, he would have extinguished the lantern first. The longer the train's wheels clattered in their low rhythm, the more unbearable the silence became. "Hey, Silas?" Kiki finally began. About earlier, back at the station? Look, I don't... Talking doesn't help, he answered. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean... All I wanted..." "Kiki, I know what you're going to say. And thanks. Really. But don't worry about it." Can't say I was surprised. From all I heard, I figured it was only a matter of time. But to actually watch it happen... You sure you're all right? Yeah. I'm used to it. Those words struck Kiki in the heart. She remembered what the station master had said earlier that day. Nobody should ever have to get used to hearing such things. She told Silas, "You're awfully brave, going to the capital of all places. I bet a lot of Lajani wouldn't dare do that." "I'm not doing this for myself." I know. You're doing it for him." Silas was doing it for Raj, an old friend who had fallen gravely ill. A friend Silas was forced to leave behind years ago. In a moment, Kiki said, "Well, I guess that settles it." She nodded, smiling. "Yes, this proves it all. No doubt about it." "Proves what?" Silas asked. "That you're a good friend. It proves you're also a good man." "Didn't you say that all fairies are excellent judges of character? That you can read someone instantly?" Kiki flapped her wings in surprise, taking her into the air. She hovered there for a second or two as she collected herself. Landing back onto the table, she explained. "Well, read isn't the full picture, you see. Sometimes a fairy will say what they need to stick with a person. Spend time with them, get to know them, observe how they react in different situations. Then we can confirm what we saw from the start." Silas raised an eyebrow. "That's right. I was testing you." He laughed. "Testing me?" "I was waiting for just the right moment to dig into you. But as luck would have it, we walked right into the perfect scenario. All I had to do was watch. And I'm pleased to announce that you passed with flying colors." "So, how does it feel?" "Like you're just making all of this up." "I am not. I'm serious. I honestly was." Silas chuckled as he turned off the lantern. Sure. Whatever you say." He lay down on the bed, then rolled onto his side to face the wall. "What kind of answer is that?" Kiki demanded. "Good night." Kiki was frustrated, but she had traveled with Silas long enough to know she wouldn't get anywhere with him now. There was so much that boy had left to learn about fairies. Instead, Kiki flew over to the door of the train compartment. Silas's coat hung on the knob. Kiki slid into one of the pockets, wedging herself between a pair of gloves for warmth.